Do you know what drives an individual to commit unspeakable acts of violence? Can a seemingly charming and charismatic person hide a dark and twisted nature? Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we dive deep into the darkest corners of human psychology as we unveil the terrifying story of Ted Bundy, one of America's most notorious serial killers. In this chilling episode, we explore how genetic predispositions and early trauma created Bundy's twisted mentality, revealing the complex interaction between nature and nurture, and all to the frightening techniques he used to kill the people and evade capture for a long time. Before moving into the video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. So now let's dive in. No one in the world has the intention to become serial killers from the moment they are born. Their genetic makeup and the environment they grow up in frequently work together to cause it. A predisposition for psychopathic traits may be caused by genetic factors, such as the presence of particular genes. However, the presence of early trauma is typically necessary for the expression of these characteristics. The notorious case of Ted Bundy is one such instance of nature and nurture working together to mold a person into a serial killer. Ted Bundy was unable to feel emotions in the same way as an ordinary person due to his genetic makeup, specifically because of the MAO8 gene deficit. This gene is in charge of degrading important neurotransmitters that control mood, emotion, and other mental functions. However, a person cannot become a serial killer only due to a genetic tendency. Bundy's deceptive upbringing, with his mother posing as his sister, shattered his trust in those around him. Born in a home for unwed mothers, he was adopted by his grandparents, who played the role of his parents. This revelation undermined Bundy's faith in others, shaping his path towards darkness. When Bundy and his mother eventually moved out, she married Johnny Bundy and had 4 children with him. As a result, Bundy experienced loneliness and neglect throughout his upbringing. As the focus turned to the younger children, Bundy's sense of abandonment and solitude grew worse. This increased his yearning for a better life and caused him to commit minor crimes. Unexpectedly, Bundy was a bright student who won the hearts of many around him while disguising his darker tendencies with charm and beautiful looks. Bundy acquired the ability to lead a double life, appearing charming while having evil motives. He effectively tricked and controlled others to achieve his dark goals. He was able to conduct horrific deeds covertly because of the dramatic contrast between his true nature and his outward persona. His capacity to switch between several personalities was on display in his contact with Perry Nelson, his attorney. At first, she perceived him as a fragile, but she was subsequently shocked by his self-centered demands and erratic behavior. Between 1974 and 1978, Ted Bundy frightened the United States with his cunning and charismatic psychopathy. In 7 states, he abducted, raped and killed more than 30 women. As part of his strategy, Bundy would approach his victims in public settings, win their trust through trickery or imitation, and then kill them in remote locations. His cold, emotionless manner along with his great intelligence and charm made him an excellent predator. Bundy was cruel and ruthless in his encounters with his victims, lacking both empathy and regret. The primary goal of Bundy's crimes as a powerful serial killer was to dominate his victims. He enjoyed torturing them and believed that murder was the pinnacle of authority and control. In order to prolong his sadistic enjoyment and control the manner of his victims' deaths, he killed them slowly. He used necrophilia and sexual assault as additional tools for dominating, manipulating his victims, returning to their rotting remains to do so. Bundy was driven by a strong and compulsive urge to kill people to carry out his deeds. However, the actual act of killing frequently fell short of the outrageous dreams he had created in his imagination, leaving him disappointed. He gathered souvenirs and personal mementos from his victims in order to recall the violence and sexual aspects of his mind. By doing this, he was able to keep his fantasies alive. Unbearably, he periodically gave these awards to women he knew, playing a cruel game where he could watch them wear things that represented his victims. Can you imagine how delirious his mindset is? In the days leading up to his execution, Bundy attributed his homicidal impulses and numerous rapes to his addiction to pornography. He attempted to relieve himself from responsibility by blaming pornography and society's acceptance of violence. He was able to rationalize his acts and cast himself as a victim of outside forces due to this manipulation of guilt. Through interviews and conversations, Bundy tried to change public opinion and spread his erroneous beliefs. It's vital to understand that Bundy's transformation into a serial killer is a result of both heredity and environment. He had an MAOA gene deficit that impaired how he processed emotions, and he lost faith in other people as a result of emotional trauma and family falsehoods. This combination created a perfect storm within Bundy, driving him to commit horrible acts. Despite being arrested and escaping twice, Bundy continued to carry out assaults and killings up until his final capture. Finally, he was executed in 1989. Bundy was a prolific and a scary serial killer who continues to intrigue and perplex us to this day due to his unusual blend of charm, good looks, intelligence, and urge for dominance and psychopathic nature. Finally, as we look inside the mind of a renowned serial killer, it is clear that the depths of human darkness can be frightening and perplexing. The mystery surrounding Ted Bundy never failed to enthrall, serving as a reminder of the complexity of human nature and the necessity of vigilante actions to safeguard society. So it's time to say goodbye. If you enjoyed today's video, share it and subscribe to us. Thank you for watching.